What is the best way to find the value of your Funko Pops? Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Gastlecast. We're glad you're there. You get the right time. We got an all-time high. Funko's hot toys and charms on mine. Stick around, like, comment, and be sure to subscribe because life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. And remember, at these hella walls, we are together. Yes.
This video is for new collectors and old collectors alike. If you've been around a long time, you know that Funko Pop values are very important. And if you're a new collector, welcome. And also, Funko values are very important.
Although you've probably found that out by now because you might see some at retail prices, but then you might see some that are like $90, and that's crazy.
Very crazy, and we're going to help you decipher all of this because there's a lot to explain, and we're going to try to make it as easy as we can.
This is episode number 1 of How To Funko 101 with the Gastlecast. This is a brand new series by the Gastlecast. This is a brand new series from the Gastlecast that is specifically for new collectors, but we have the feeling that you older seasoned collectors will at least take something away from each of these videos as well.
These videos will be posted up on Tuesdays, and Heather likes to call it
How Tuesday!
But on some Tuesdays, NFT drops occur, and we love covering that information. So during those weeks, look out for our How Tuesday videos on Saturdays, and we'll call those How to Saturdays.
How to Saturdays. That's a nice name.
It's got a ring to it. Before we jump into this video all about Funko values, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also hit that little bell. That way you'll know anytime we post new content or go live. We go live every Sunday and we post new content every single day, and you don't want to miss out on that or this series. Also hit the like button because it helps us reach more viewers.
In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find Funko item values and what affects value.
So there are many places where you can find your Funko item values. One, you can go over to the Funko app, which right now is currently down, and we just made a video about that. The Funko app is a pretty decent app to use, as it's an app on your phone, and it also draws all of its information from PPG. And if you don't know what PPG is, that's the Pop Price Guide.
PopPriceGuide.com is literally what it sounds like. It tells you about the values of all your Pops as well as other Funko items. This is a really helpful tool. They pull their information from eBay sales, also from Mercari, which if you don't know what Mercari is, it is an app very similar to eBay except they don't do auctions. They also pull values from 7bucksapop.com, and if you don't know what 7bucksapop.com is, they are a Funko reseller. So basically what they do is they purchase other collectors' collections and then they resell them for their current values. And last but not least, PPG is taking data from private sales. Now these private sales should be valued at $1,000 or more. Typically, when someone is selling a higher end Funko product, they sell it to their other collector friends or just another collector that they know through the grapevine.
A sale like this happened recently with somebody by the name of Grail Monster, where he bought a 2-pack Willy Wonka set that was purchased at $100,000. It was all over the news, and PPG actually covered that and helped make that deal happen.
If you don't want to use PPG or Funko app, or if you're trying to confirm whether or not the PPG or Funko app price is accurate, you can go to eBay or Mercari and search for recently sold listings, and there it'll tell you exactly what people paid for that exact item that you are trying to sell or you are trying to buy.
Okay, so Funko values are important. There are people out there that say that they collect to collect and that they don't care about values, but at the end of the day, values matter. And the reason why values matter is because if you're going out looking for an older Funko Pop, you want to make sure you're spending the right amount of money instead of overspending and screwing yourself, because no one wants to do that. You want to get the best bang for your buck.
Another reason that value is super important is because if you got a Pop like a year ago and you decide, you know what, I thought I was going to collect that line, but I'm not super into that TV show anymore. You want to find out the value, because if it's worth like $300 or $400, you don't want to put it online for $30. And on this channel, we preach we hunt together. And to us, that means you're helping your friends and hunting for pops together. Now, this goes for brand new pops. We personally don't believe in flipping pops. And what flipping pops means is going and purchasing something off the shelf for $12 or $15 and then marking it up for double, triple, quadruple, or more of the value.
But with an older Funko Pop that you might have had for a couple of years but no longer fits in your collection and now has a value of like $200, that is when value matters, because you don't want to sell that Funko Pop for next to nothing. You want to make sure that you can get all the value that you can out of that Funko product.
And on top of that, whatever you make, you can put towards another Funko Pop that fits in your collection a little bit better.
So if you're new to collecting, I just want to tell you something right out of the gate, and that's Funko Pop boxes matter. Funko Pops and Funko Sodas. Now, Funko Soda cans actually do matter, and people want them just as pristine as this Webley right here. But Funko Pop boxes have a better chance at getting damaged because they're made out of cardboard, which is why a lot of companies make protectors for them. Because Funko Pop boxes aren't that sturdy, they can get damaged so easy. And you want to make sure that you do protect them. But if you don't take care of them and they do get damaged, then your Funko Pop will lose a lot of value. We're talking a couple of dollars depending on a ding here and there, but if there's a huge dent, it could lose up to 50% of its value. It might even be to a point where you just pull the pop out of the box altogether because the box is useless. It might actually make you take a Funko Pop that's very valuable out of the box and search for a box. I've had to do that before. I had a very valuable Funko Pop that had a bad box, and I had to go search for a box online to make it valuable again. And I did that, and now it's well worth it. Back then, the Funko Pop was worth $100. Now he's up to like $250. Thank God I got the box.
Oh yeah. You'll learn that people want mint boxes in this hobby. And if a box is less than mint, of course you're gonna have to knock down a couple of dollars depending on the damage. A corner ding or like something on the back of the pop takes off a little bit less than if the damage is right on the front. And to touch upon out of box pops, generally people value them between 40 and 50% of the actual value. So if you have a pop that's worth $100 and you find one out of box, you can typically get it for $40 to $50. Now, all of this is dependent on the actual pop though. Generally, if there's an older pop from like 2014 or 2013, people expect shelfware. If you have a box that you kept in a protector on like the highest shelf and it never got any sort of shelfware or anything, and it looks like it was produced this year, even though it was produced like a decade ago, you can get top dollar. Heck, you could probably even get overvalue for it. But if this pop right here had like a rip in this corner, they would definitely be taking off a couple dollars, because right now this pop can be pretty much found just about anywhere. It's not hard to find a mint box.
If you care about value, it's very important that you take care of your Funko Pop boxes, because at the end of the day, people care more about the box than the pop inside.
Let's not even talk about stickers.
Yeah, stickers is a whole other issue, and we'll have a video talking about stickers very soon. Okay, so let's recap. Where do you find values, Heather?
Funko app, if it's not broken. PopPriceGuide.com. eBay sold listings. Mercari sold listings.
And Heather, what affects your Funko product's value?
Whether or not it has its box, or in the case of a soda, its can, and damage.
And you know, we didn't touch upon this, but when you have a can, it also matters to have the pog. That's another important part of this particular product. So if you're collecting Funko Sodas, make sure you get the pog as well.
With all of that being said, the value truly lies in what someone is willing to pay. That's why checking on values is so important, because if you have a pop that people are finding at stores for $12.99 and you go online and you try to sell it for $30, chances are somebody's not gonna buy it, especially if it's up on eBay or Mercari at that price.
Yeah, so you don't want to take a Funko Pop into a Facebook group and sell it for a silly price, because everybody's gonna laugh you out of the group.
At the beginning of this video, we touched upon flippers. Now, we could get into a whole tangent on that, but we're actually saving that for our very next How To Funko 101 video on How Tuesday! And it's gonna be called FOMO No Mo. And Chris, what does that stand for?
Fear of missing out.
No mo, which means no mo. So don't have FOMO, no mo. In that video, we are going to talk about all things FOMO to include what Chris and I call hype pricing. And what hype pricing is, generally, as soon as a new hot pop is released, the value's way up here, and we don't want you to spend all that money unless you are absolutely certain it's gonna stay way up here or even climb higher, which generally pop prices come down quite a bit after its initial release. So stay tuned for that video. It will be in this series and it will be awesome. We have so much to talk about and we are looking forward to it.
Hopefully you learned something from this video, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask them all in the comment section down below.
We reply to every single comment.
In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Robert Offley, Craig Matthews, Mac the Ball, Celeste Crawford, Josh Swan, Shane Toner, Nikki Papadop, Bob A. Donut, Frank Gaston, Kevin Tunenberg. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. Hey, we mentioned $7 a pop earlier, but make sure you go and check them out at 7bucksapop.com. They do big Funko Pop drops on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. You don't want to miss out on that. And also pick up some pop protection while you're there so you can keep that value up. 7bucksapop.com. All right, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we are together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.